Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Mj906S from Magicshine. Now full disclosure, I didn't pay for this light. Magicshine did send it to me, but I have bought stuff from Magicshine in the past, so I'm more than happy to do it. So the 906S is 4500 lumens, which is a step up from its baby brother, the 902S at 3000 lumens, which I've previously reviewed. I'll leave a link if you want to go and watch that. I went into a lot of detail on what you get. They're very similar, so I'll keep this more brief. So when you open up the box, obviously you get the light itself. Pretty compact little unit, that's what I really like about it. On-off button up the top, and that's also what you do to select through the modes. It's got two high-powered LEDs at the front, and it's also got the daytime running light up there. Garmin mounting on the bottom, which is really nice, and it's got the heat fins on the back. And so just a little bit about the light. Like I said, 4500 lumens. So on the max setting, you get about an hour and a half. On the Eco, which is 800 lumens, I think it's 18 hours. And then on the DRL setting, it's like forever, like 50 hours. It's also got a flash mode, so if you're a roadie, you might care about that. I don't really. And so finally, with the DRL, if anyone doesn't know, it's just a tiny little light, 35 lumens, and it's just always on, so when you're riding around the roads, hopefully you don't get hit by a car. So next up is the battery, and this is quite a chunky unit. If I put it back to back with the 902S, I hope this shows like it's a fair bit bigger. And so they have similar run times, but I guess just to handle the extra lumens, this one has to be a fair bit bigger. It's 72 watt hours versus 48 watt hours. Now the wicked thing about this battery is that behind this gasket is USB-C. Oh my God, no more micro USB. I love that. And it's got a little power indicator right there, so you can turn that on. So I went for a ride last night and it's still showing full power. So the light and battery just connect in like that. This thing works well, I've never had a problem. And if you're an e-bike rider, you can actually just buy the light by itself and connect it straight into your e-bike. You need a proprietary cable. It doesn't come with one, it's an optional extra. I took a look online, it looked like pretty techie to install, so I'm never gonna do it. I'm just gonna stick with the battery. So next up is the bar mount. Now this thing is pretty basic, but does the job. I said I didn't like it that much in the last review, but I've sort of come around. The great thing is it's Garmin mounting on the front there, so if you have your own Garmin mount, you can use that. And it's got different straps, so if you have like 35 mil, 31.8, or if you're a roadie as well, you can get the different straps to suit your bars. And finally, you get a box of little bits and pieces. Like I said, there's the different strap sizes, so depending on what bars you've got. And you also get a GoPro mount as well. So if you wanted to put this on your head, which I don't recommend, and I'll explain that later, theoretically you could do it, or I guess on the bars if you had that too. All right, that's it for the unboxing. Let's take it on the trails and see how this thing does hit and jumps. All right, we are strapped in, ready to go. Now, I normally like to put the battery on the underside of the top tube, but because of the way the shock mounts on this bike, I can't do it, so it's on the top there. So hopefully it doesn't get in the way. I was also a little bit concerned that with such a chunky top tube that the straps wouldn't be long enough, but there's still a fair bit to go there, so everything is all tickety-boo. Cables feeding underneath and up and around the bars to the bar mount. Now, I actually really like this bar mount, I've decided. It's pretty simple, but it does the job really well. So let's just do a light test before we get going. All right, gonna go into the flashy mode, but I'm not a road rider, so who cares? Now that is just the DRL. That's DRL plus one light, DRL with the other light, and that's both of them together. Now this is on the lower setting, second, third, and fourth. Oh yeah, I think it's a little bit too low. There we go. All right, let's get going. All right, so I'm going to be running this thing exclusively on the bars tonight. Now you can run this on a helmet mount that it's an optional extra you can buy, or you can mount it to a GoPro mount that they supply to you. But I think you're nuts to do that. Like, it's too much faffing around. There's a cable that's going to run to the battery. Where are you going to put it? It's going to be in your bag. The cable's not long enough, so you need to buy an extender, and then it's rattling in your bag. So I hate it. Like, I would just go, there's like an RN series that they do, which is an all-in-one. I'd go for that. Like a 1500. I got 1000 on my helmet right now, so 1000's good, but you know, the more the merrier. So when I'm riding uphill, I normally have it in like the 1 out of 4 setting, maybe 2. And there are 3 reasons. The first is I just don't need any more, it's fine. The second is it saves battery, not that that's ever really a concern. There's like more battery than I ever need. And the third is these suckers get really hot. Like really hot. And so, like, I'm on the e-bike tonight, so I'm going to be going a bit quicker, but when I'm on the analog, I'm not setting any records around here, and so you just don't get the airflow over the fins to cool it down. Now they say this thing has big fins and like it's a small unit. It's nice and small. That's what's great about it. And so the fins on the back, like they do an okay job, but they're just not that big. And so there's an immediate problem where if it gets too hot, it just sort of shuts down the power. And second, it's probably not great for the longevity of the thing if you're just constantly cooking it. Right, so this is probably not a bad place to talk about a little con with the light. And that is when you get up on the pedals, there's no like visor on the light. So if you get up high and go on the pedals, you can blind yourself depending on how you have the light set up. So it'd be nice if there's like a little bit extra just to protect you when you're getting up and getting over the bike. Like I am nitpicking there, but you know, it's a review. It's a review. Okay, so just a couple more pros and cons before I drop into this jump line down here. I'm kind of procrastinating because I'm a little bit nervous. So I'll start off with the con first. Now, as a mountain biker, sometimes you want quality and sometimes you can just go for quantity, right? So I've got the light pointed down at the ground. We'll go max. Yeah. So that's quality. Then if I want to point it further out, you kind of go for more quantity and you can see further, but it's not as bright. So it's a little bit of a compromise. But with this mount, you really just have to kind of wiggle it around and you kind of probably, I guess you're loosening it all the time when you're doing that. So it'd be really nice if there was a way to be able to like just go in increments and bring it up and bring it down when you need to. Now the helmet light, you can do that. So I wish they could do it with the mount. Now the good thing about this light is because it's so small and lightweight, you can actually wiggle it around and then just leave it where it is. Whereas if you have a big chunky light on your bars, you need to lock it in position and that's it. So I wouldn't normally do this by myself at night with no one around to hear me scream. But we're trying to flog some lights here. So Magicshine, you're welcome. Yeah. Whoa. Oh. All right, that did feel a little bit strange doing it for the first time. Just a little bit disorientating. Go do it again. Oh, that felt better. All right, well, I think I've fulfilled my obligations to show you that this is a reasonable light that you can do a decent jump line on. Do I go into a Lumi jump line? All right, let's go. All right, we're done. All right, well, I guess it's time to go home for my final thoughts. Alright, so final thoughts, would I recommend this? Of course I would. It's a quality product, it's competitively priced, it's great for mountain biking or just riding in general. I do have some minor complaints like I went through before, but you know, I'm nitpicking. And if you want to pick one of these up, Magicshine have said you can head directly to their website. They're doing some deals at the moment, it's like 20 to 25% off. And if you've missed them, don't worry, I've got a discount code as well, you can use that, links down below. And coming up, I'm actually going to be doing a bit of a collab with Magicshine where we give one of these away. So stay tuned for that and subscribe if you're not, because I'll be giving further details shortly. So you may have the question, should I be going the 902S, the 906S, or even something like the Montier 3500S, which I've also tried out. So obviously if you can afford it, go the 906 over the 902. It's kind of funny. One of the main reasons I do that is the USB-C over the micro USB. I love just being able to plug the cable in. You don't have to think and stuff around which ways are going to go in. It's just bang, in. And obviously it's brighter too. Now, if you're just starting out, you're going to think the 902 is as bright as the sun. But if you do this a lot and really start pushing things, you're going to want a bit of extra light. Now, a more interesting question, should you go the 906S or the 3500S? I'd still go the 906. USB-C, nice big chunky battery, nice small form factor light. I think it's better for mountain biking. I think it's simpler as well, cycling through the modes. So this is my pick. So thanks again, Magicshine, and thank you for watching. If you got any enjoyment out of it, please give us a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.